Greetings, welcome to the Tarot Card of the Now. In this video, I'm using the Mother Peace Round Tarot deck, and we're going to pick one card for the now. Whenever you are tuning into this video, it's a message to help you with your life, your current situation, whatever it is that this card has. So let's see what it is and its advice. And we have the wands. Is it the Seven of Wands? And it's perfectly upright. The fun thing about these round cards is they can be in several different positions, over 360 positions, right? And it is straight up and down. So the Seven of Wands, as you can see, the first things is it's wands, it's fire, and it's so red. So this is a card about some passionate speech. This is a card that can signify either an internal struggle, an internal argument, or an external one around many people, friends, family. This is definitely a heated debate. Everybody has their own positions, right? When you're thinking about a family, there is the one that speaks up, that's very strong-minded, very strong-willed, and it's, the loudest voice. Then you have the mousy one, the shy one, who's just kind of in the corner. You have the other one that, a lot of times you have the other one that challenges the other strong-willed, loud one. We have all these different personalities. There's the one person who just wants to be the mediator and settle the argument and so forth. And so we have that in our lives. We have these heated debates. And this is what this card is definitely showing. Is this heated debate and everybody having this different part. Now, as far as the internal goes, we have all these different little voices, right? The really loud one, we have the little shy voice in the back that doesn't get much attention. We have the other voice that's kind of battling the other loud one. A lot of times when you have internal struggles, you have many different voices. Some are louder, battling each other. Others are kind of small, like, hey, you know what, it would be good. And then you have the other one that's like, okay, let's just settle this, that internal struggle is like all your different parts arguing with each other. And this can happen simultaneously. This, a lot of times we have internal struggle when there's external heated debate or problems with friends or family or both, who's ever in this mix of the social circle. One person has to come out on the top, right? One person's idea. Or it can be a conglomeration, a compromise between everyone. Like I said, there's many different positions, many different ways people are expressing themselves. Like I said, there's generally like two dominant voices battling it out. There's the one that's not really wanting to say anything. There's the one that's trying to make the compromise happen and so forth. So what you can do in this situation is see which one you are and which one you really align with, right? Not to get overcome by the struggle, whether it's external, internal, or probably both. There's an external disagreement, heated debate. It doesn't necessarily have to be something of even really important value, right? A lot of times, especially among family members, we argue about things. A lot of times these are things we keep arguing about. The argument's never really over, right? That single argument may be over, but next Thanksgiving it's being brought up again, right? Every time you get together as a family, this kind of argument goes out. So to really settle it, there has to be one compromise. There has to be two, like I said, be mindful of your role and what you really align with, because when you get into a heated debate, right, whether it's just with your partner or in a family, in a group of friends, we say things we don't really mean. So it's good to keep mindful and not just be carried away by the heated fire and passion. We're not talking about lust passion, we're talking about passion like speaking about something that's really important to you. We're talking about passion in the form of, like I said, something very important or something that seems very important at the time, something that really hits a nerve. So it's good on your part to see your role, see why you have this opinion and so forth, and to keep a cool head. Above all, the advice right now is to keep that cool head, be mindful, like I said, because when you start getting wrapped up in that passionate debate, we start saying things or thinking things we don't really believe. It's more of the ego taking over. So there's a chance here to really downslide and to kind of let the ego step up, and then you end up saying things you don't mean or doing things you don't mean, because you're taken away by this fire, which is this passion. And like I said, not a lustful passion, I'm really passionate about this subject or this thing or this person or whatever. It's just being mindful of where you are in that argument, and compromising and being mindful of, what you really want, why you're reacting how you are, why you're passionate about this, more than getting sucked into just the argument or just arguing for the sake of arguing. That is no good. That is a bad cycle, or a cycle that is not fruitful. It's a cycle that's kind of a trap, right? You keep going through it. Like I said, it's like that argument that comes up every time family comes together. That one person brings this one thing up, and it's a button for everybody, and it keeps happening. Nothing's ever resolved. So be mindful of that, and like I said, of your feelings, and how they're affecting you, and be careful not to say or do anything you do not mean. That's the big advice here, a big challenge for right now. I love a like on this video, or comments are great. I know this is very, very fitting for what I'm going through right now and what I'm fixing to go through today, what is ahead of me. I can definitely see this very much applying. So I love to hear or see with a like that applies for you as well. It's interesting because this card really personally talks to me, so it would be interesting to at least get a like and know that it's also applying to you, that this might be part of what's going on here, is this bigger energy kind of we're all going through. It's so interesting to hear that. So this video is getting a little long, so let's cut it off. Blessed be.